What's going on, guys? Outside the squared circle, back again after a long hiatus. No, it's only been a month. You fuckers can wait. I'm Frank. That's Dennis. You know, a lot's happened since the last time we've done our podcast. Biggest news being that Floyd Mayweather officially announced his comeback. Well, not really comeback fight, but his last fight I should say, against Andre Berto.
Supposedly.
Yeah, his supposed last fight. It's a move that, you know, a lot of people said after he beat Pacquiao they wouldn't care who he fought. He could fight a garbage can, I heard a lot of people say. But then once the news actually broke, a lot of those same people were mad at it. Like, how can you pick Berto when you have, you know, this stacked division? I have a few thoughts on that. First of all, especially in Floyd's most recent history of picking opponents, he hasn't picked an opponent, or he has only picked an opponent that was coming off a very big win. I mean, you look at the Guerrero fight, say what you will about Guerrero, but he had a very big win over Andre Berto. The Victor Ortiz fight, he had a very big win over Andre Berto, the gatekeeper. You know, you look at Manny Pacquiao, he had a great win over Chris Algieri. Miguel Cotto had a great win over his rematch in Antonio Margarito. Now, in the picking for this fight, Floyd doesn't have that. No one's coming off a big win because no one's fighting each other. So my thing, and it was fine, I told you this, Dennis, if you remember correctly, as soon as the whole rumor came out where he was going to fight Berto, I said, dude, he's trolling everyone in the welterweight division because they haven't earned their shot at him.
Yeah, you said that.
They're not fighting each other. You know what I mean? It's not like, why would you pick Thurman when who, and I like Thurman, but I'm just saying, if I'm Floyd and I'm looking back like, why do they deserve me? Not saying Berto does. I'm not saying that because I don't think he does either. But if he's picking against a bunch of people that don't deserve it, why not mess with everyone and just pick Berto? I mean, that's going to make more headlines than him fighting Thurman. Why is it going to make more headlines? Because it's negative. You know what I mean? Floyd has gone down and said already, you know, good press or bad press, it's all press. It's going to get me. So now everyone's like, Berto, what? Logging on their keyboards and talking about it. I mean, but as for the fight itself, I'm not a huge fan of it. I do think he's going to fight at least one more time afterwards, though. I think he's gonna whitewash Berto. Unless he takes rounds off, there's nothing Berto can really do to him. I think Floyd has him beat in every department known to boxing. I mean, that's really, in terms of analyzing that fight, that's all I really got. What are your words on the matter, Dennis?
If you believe it or not, I was one of the people that said this, and I took some flack for it. Because, like, I was one of those guys that said after the Pacquiao thing, I just wanted to see people see him fight Pacquiao just for the legacy thing. He did it. He won. After that, I said, you know what? Floyd, he has the right to pick whatever he wants. You know what I mean? He's given us everything we wanted to see. Even though the fight didn't go the way we wanted to, but you know what? He gave it to us nonetheless. I picked three names. I said he'd fight. He said I thought it was going to be Amir Khan. I said he's going to either fight Amir Khan, he's going to fight Thurman, or he's going to fight Berto. I said they don't fight hype. People can go back and look at it. And people said, Berto? Nah, I can't see that. No way he's going to fight Berto. And I said it's because of this. After the Jose Cito Lopez fight, they made Berto, I believe it was the WBA intro champion, because Keith Thurman is the regular one. They gave him the belt, and then they said, Berto, what's next for you? And he said, you know, this is why I think this is going to play for a while. He said, you know, yeah, man, my management, my team been telling me if I'd have won this fight, something big was coming up. I won. And he remember he was saying it on PBC. He was like, you know, something big's coming up for me after this. You know, I don't know what it is yet, but we got to wait and see. And right there, my man said, this guy's going to fight for me. And the reason why I said it is because Floyd has been trying to, I don't know, Floyd got a tick up his butt with this dude. He wants to fight Berto. He's been trying to fight him for a while,
Yeah,
man.
he has.
Like, okay, like, I didn't even see, like, if you go back, Hasim Rockman, they used to be friends with Floyd, even his family, you know what I mean? Like, his sons were there before that whole debacle of sewing thing happened. And you go back and watch this. I remember Floyd asking him, who should he fight? And one of the names he asked him, they was in his house, and then Floyd was like, should I fight that kid? You know, what's the kid name? Berto? And he was like, then Rock was like, nah. But he brought it up even then. And then when he fought Victor Ortiz, right? He fought Victor Ortiz. He lost. Floyd was there for that. So Floyd was scouting Berto. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was really there to scout Berto, but he just said, okay, he lost, he fought Victor. Right? Then Berto was supposed to fight Mosley before the hurricane thing. Earthquake.
Yeah, in
Earthquake thing
Haiti.
happened
Yeah.
in Haiti. It didn't happen. Who did Floyd wind up fighting? Mosley.
Yeah.
Then, right? Robert Ghost Guerrero, he had the interim WBC. That's when he's like, Floyd, I got your belt. Come get your belt. All of that crap. He wound up fighting Berto. That's when Berto got the Berto got the bee stung eyes, like he had an allergic allergy.
Yeah.
he was looking like Will Smith on the movie Hitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. He lost that fight. Who did Floyd wind up fighting then? So it seems like he been wanting to fight Berto for a while.
Oh yeah.
It's like he been giving Berto every opportunity. Like, dude, win a fight. I want to fight you. Just win one fight that matters, and I'll fight you.
Right.
So he even got to the point where it was like Floyd was like, you know what? Forget it. You don't gotta win a fight that matters. Just win a fight.
Right.
Just win a fight on TV that people actually seen, and I'll fight you. And that's what happened. And I asked myself this: if Jose Cito Lopez would have beat Berto, would Floyd would have fought Jose Cito Lopez? I don't think he would have. Or maybe he would have because, it's the whole Mexican holiday thing. I don't know. But it goes to show you that Floyd just want to fight this dude.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like, I think he want to fight him for one or two reasons. Even Floyd look at his style, because Floyd, he's a student of the game. He watched fighters. Forget all the stuff he says he don't know who fighters are. No, he watched fighters.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Floyd looks at his style and he says, you know what? This is going to be the fight, Berto style, because Berto, he comes forward, he's strong, explosive, fast, but Berto is ridiculously hittable.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think that's the fight. Where Floyd said it's going to look good because it's going to be another black guy strong, throwing power shots, and I'm going to be able to move, pick him apart, and I'll be able to knock this guy out. Berto is my white rhino. Berto is the fight that I go look so good against. Everybody goes, whoa, Floyd does have power. Whoa, the young Floyd, pretty boy Floyd is back.
Yeah.
I think he sees that in Berto. That's why even he's quoted as saying this is going to be a lot of knockdowns, if not a knockout, a lot of blood. I really think Floyd sees Berto's style, and he goes, his style is perfect for me. He's going to make me look excellent just because of the way he fights.
Yeah.
Or it's because Floyd, because Berto goes back and he's quoted saying that they know each other for a long time. Floyd's seen his amateur fights. Like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, they've been in the same places and party with each other and all of that crap. So either it's Floyd's gonna look great against him and he know it, or Floyd kind of likes the guy, because Floyd said himself, sometimes I pick fighters just because I like them. They ask him that. Yes, I want to pick the young, hungry guys, the tough guys coming up, the hungry champions, or sometimes I like to pick the guy just because I like them. So it's one of them two things. Either Floyd kind of just like the guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe he see Berto, you know what I'm saying? He's seeing the guy since an amateur. He want to give him a shot. Want to give him a payday. Put some money in his pocket. He cool. I like him. Or Floyd just want to beat the brakes off him because he know he can beat the brakes off of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's either one of those two things. Either or, I don't want to see it. Yes, I know I've been all that spectacular stuff. But
right.
Say, I don't want to. No matter which one it is, I don't want to see it.
Right.
Especially not if I'm gonna pay for it. Now look, if I watch all fights because this is what we do. This is our job. And farther more than that, we students of the game ourselves. We love this. I mean, we watch fights, you know what I'm saying, that people probably don't even know the name of the fighters because this is what we do. So, will I probably wind up watching it? Sure, but I'm not going to pay for it. If I had to go to a tavern or anywhere, I'm going to watch it just because I want to watch the fight. But I'm not going to pay for it. And I don't have any particular interest when I say I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it because I know the outcome. This is in boxing, you never really know what can happen because anything can happen. Am I right?
Right.
You see all type of stuff happen. But this is one of those fights. If you had to bet, we know what you're gonna bet because 99.99999% chance that you're gonna be right on the outcome. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So,
yeah.
and it's not taking anything away from Berto because I believe that once Floyd is gone, all four belts circulate back into the division, maybe Berto could be a champion. But he is not in Floyd's league. He's not on Floyd's level. He has nothing to offer Floyd. He's not, and we can even break it down from this standpoint. Is he going to outsmart Floyd? Absolutely not. Nobody will. Is he going to outskill Floyd? Absolutely not. Nobody's going to do that. He's not smarter than him. He's not going to outskill him. But I can go through all this. He doesn't present anything to Floyd that Floyd hasn't seen or isn't going to be prepared for.
Right.
Period. Not his explosiveness, his speed, his power. Nothing that he has as a human being is going to present a problem for Floyd.
Right. Well, just, I mean,
other than maybe, other than a lucky punch if Floyd get bored.
Right, exactly. I mean, to put it in further perspective, just Berto, no matter what style Floyd decides to fight, Floyd could outslug him if Floyd wanted to outslug him. If you look at any of Floyd's,
beat him at his own game if he wanted to do that.
Exactly. If you look at any of Floyd's past opponents since probably Marquez, there was a case for you to be like, okay, this dude at least has a chance. I mean, you look at Marquez, you're like, okay, Floyd's coming off a nice little layoff. Marquez is a great fighter. Let's see what happens. And then he fights Shane Mosley. Well, Shane Mosley just beat Margarito. He looked great. He has power. He has speed to match Floyd. He might be able to get him. You know what I mean? You look down every single opponent, since Marquez, and there was a selling point. There was something that made you want to watch that fight.
Exactly.
But this fight is what can...
about this?
Right, like really, what can... I mean, we had Canelo, okay, it's a big kid. If he comes forward, he might catch it. What can Berto really do? Berto has fast hands and he's strong. Does he have faster hands than Floyd? No, I don't think so. Does he have faster hands than Pacquiao? No, I don't think so. So just one single thing that Berto does good isn't going to get it done. He doesn't have levels to his fighting game. We've seen this in the past. You know what I mean? We've seen him look like the same fighter rounds 1 through 12 against Soto Kras, where all he had to do was make 2 or 3 minor adjustments, and he probably wins that fight. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I so agree with you. And I hear people keep saying, I even had Veins. They was asking him about the fight, and he kept on, and he just says with other people. I've heard other people say, and not the boxing fans that like boxing, but the Floyd fans. I've heard the Floyd fans say this. Well, Berto does have the power to make it interesting. They didn't say Berto's going to win because nobody believes that.
Yeah.
Everybody keeps saying he has the power to make it interesting. Look.
I don't think he does, though.
Does Berto hit harder than Maidana to you?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you think Berto hit harder than Shane Mosley? And when Shane Mosley, when he caught Floyd with those punches that almost put him down, you think he hit harder than him?
No, absolutely not.
So what is his power? And I brought those two fights over for a reason because Maidana caught Floyd with one of the flushest, hardest punches used. I don't know if it actually knocked his tooth out, but I think they said it did. And he hit him. Floyd grabbed the rope. If that punch would have happened in the middle of the round, I think Floyd would have been on that canvas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Shane, we seen those 2 punches that Shane hit Floyd with. Floyd had to hold on his arm for dear life because he was going down. So, if Berto got a bigger punch than those guys, and Floyd was able to take that, what makes anybody say, I don't get what they're saying is going to make it interesting. Okay, he hits Floyd with a good shot. Floyd's going to eat that, and that's going to be that. What's going to be interesting about that?
Right. I mean, and to even further that point, though, I've always felt like Berto's power was overrated. I mean, I think he can punch, but when people try and big up his power, they always point like, oh, well, look at the Ortiz fight. Ortiz has always been chinny. He's been floored by much lesser fighters than himself. You know, and then
Collazo put him out.
Yeah.
Even though I think he could have got back up. It doesn't say much.
No, it doesn't. And you know what? But to everyone listening too, though, I mean, me and Dennis have always gone on record in saying that we will never disrespect. We're not being disrespectful. We're looking at things right now just objectively in terms of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, he's just not on Floyd's level. That's not to say that Berto couldn't go in there and compete or beat a Keith Thurman or beat a Kell Brook or a Brandon Rios. it's just Floyd is just up here, man. You can't just be throwing people any old body like Andre Berto at him. I think Andre Berto, just like Dennis said
We're
before,
not
I think
calling the guy a bum. I don't
no,
want
because
to
he's
say
not.
that. It's not like we're saying that. We're
No,
not. I
I
even said the guy could probably be a champion again.
that's what I was just gonna say.
I believe that.
Yeah. That's what I was just gonna say. Just referring back to what you said before, I absolutely believe that once Floyd retires and he lets those belts relinquish and they start circulating throughout the welterweight division, I think Berto can win another one. All the talent's there. He just doesn't have anything for Floyd. Not stylistically, not. I mean, there's just nothing. Footwork isn't better than or anything that can do that with Floyd. He can't pressure. He doesn't have the stamina to pressure Floyd. He gets tired by round 6, round 7. His power, I don't think, is anything to trouble Floyd.
Bradley, people talking about Berto, he power to make it interesting. Bradley doesn't have the power of Berto, but he would have a way better chance.
Absolutely.
Just because of the fact of heart, stamina, being elusive. Mm-hmm. He would have a way better chance, and he doesn't even possess the power that Berto. And we're just talking styles.
Right, and just like I said before, though, Berto is how did Floyd describe Gennady Golovkin? Straight up and down, or something like, what did he say? No flash, straight up and down. He's a good fighter. Yeah. He's a good fighter, but and that to me is what Berto is. What Berto
no
doesn't.
Effects.
Yeah, right, no, that's no special effects. And that to me is what Berto brings. Does he have talent? Yeah. Does he have a little bit of hand speed and some power? Yeah. But it's all straightforward. Now you look at someone like Timothy Bradley. Look at the way he fought Juan Manuel Marquez, and he boxed him the whole fight. He didn't get into the dog fight. He didn't do. But then you see him fight Jesse Vargas, and he out hustled him. He just out muscled him. He has dimensions to his game. He has different levels. He's gonna bring something different that Floyd never saw. He has the heart and the stamina, just like you said, to compete with Floyd for all 12. You know, and just it's as a boxing fan, I'm not looking forward to the Berto fight. Just like you said, I'm gonna watch it because I watch all boxing. I mean, especially at that level, I'm not gonna miss a Floyd Mayweather or a Manny Pacquiao or like a Vladimir Klitschko fight. That's just not gonna happen. So of course we're gonna watch the fight, but I'm not overly enthused by it.
You gonna pay for it, Frank?
Absolutely not. That is. if it was like $25, I'd do it. But they're charging the regular rate, the $75 for HD. Price. You must be out your mind.
For me to have to do that, I told them, and we can get into this. I told them that undercard, and it's not a horrible undercard. It's not horrible, but it would have to be like the card. Well, it would have had to go get the card where Danny Garcia was fighting Lucas Matisse.
Oh, the Canelo card, the Canelo Floyd card.
Exactly. I can't. It was from top to bottom. It would have to be like you can't miss this.
Yeah. Just
because the fights that are underneath it could even steal the show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I would have but for that the most intriguing fight is gonna be Groves versus Badou Jack.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna be the most intriguing fights. The intriguing fight of the night.
Yeah.
That probably could even steal the show, depending on if Groves come and Groves just become aggressive and seeing how Jack handled that. That could be one of the most intriguing fight of the night because I already know what's gonna happen with Floyd versus. But I know it.
You know what? Not even in terms of entertainment though. In terms of what the fight means, that fight might mean more than Berto versus Floyd.
Right.
What does Berto versus Floyd really mean? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like Jack and Groves is a championship fight, and these are two fighters who are top contenders at 168. I mean, and then in the main event, now we have one of the best to ever do it against Andre Berto. You know, and I try.
Exactly.
I say that in the least disrespectful way I can because I don't want to keep saying that. I just know people are gonna take what we're saying, like, oh, you guys are, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying, it just doesn't add up, man. It's not a good fight at all.
I mean, and it's like think when you saying that because that it put things in perspective at super middleweight. Because I'm pretty sure Waters, because everybody been talking about the fight with him and Cove next year, so Waters going to move up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that pretty much says who's going to be what at 168, you know what I mean? You look at Frost retiring, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna say who's gonna be what at 168 with DeGale, Groves, Badu. It's you know what I'm saying that kind of like so that was a great point by you, by the way. That it means more even to their division because it says who is what and who's gonna be where.
Absolutely.
This fight doesn't mean anything. It means nothing except for it wouldn't even mean something if this was Floyd's real last fight, which is not going to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No way Floyd gives us this and then retires. No way. We won't let it. He'll roll over in his grave if he did that when he leaves. Yeah. Like there's no way that's going to happen. So like it does. This fight means tune-up to me.
It does, and you know,
means it's a bigger fight coming at 50. That's
but and you know what? That's actually a perfect segue to what I was just gonna say to kind of divert away. Well, not from the Floyd topic because it's still concerning Floyd, but from the Berto topic itself. Let's assume Floyd wins this fight, and he will, and probably in convincing fashion. Now, I was reading an article the other day on Bleacher Report, and they said that the tables are set for a Pacquiao rematch next year.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, you know, I don't think so. But then I thought about it. I said, Floyd, even if Floyd does fight number 50, he's not gonna fight. I don't think he's gonna fight in May. I think he's gonna take a whole year off, wait until September. I think because he's been talking about how much he just isn't inspired by boxing anymore. He's not as motivated as he used to be, and you could tell by the way he doesn't big up his fights anymore. I mean, he straight up told everyone, "You don't have to buy the Berto fight if you don't like it." I've never heard Floyd say such a thing. You know what I mean? So that got me thinking though, what could Pacquiao do to re-earn or earn that rematch with Floyd? And it also made me think, you know what, the perfect scenario with this, and it actually made me like the Berto fight just a little bit more, because I said, why not have Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao fight?
We thinking the same way.
At the beginning of next year, or preferably the beginning to the middle of next year if they're going to fight Floyd in September. Yeah. Or I wouldn't want it to be the end of this year, even because I think Pacquiao's his shoulder's still messed up. Whatever, I don't want to get into that. But so I would like to see that. I would like to see that fight happen next year, and then the winner takes on Floyd. Now there's two reasons for that though, because going back, just like me and you said, these cats ain't fighting each other. None of them have truly earned a fight. You can't make a case for, you know, Amir Khan or Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia. They haven't beat Kell Brook. I think honestly the two people who you can make a case for instead of Berto would have been Tim Bradley, who I think by resounding colors it would have deserved that. He deserves that fight, and Sean Porter just for his win over Adrian Broner. Even though he was the favorite, a lot of people didn't look at him that way, and I think that fight would have at least, you know, he semi deserves a shot with that fight. But other than that, there's no one else really. So it makes me like the Berto fight a little bit more because like, okay, it's a tune-up for number 50. And then it makes me love the idea of Amir Khan versus Manny Pacquiao because that fight itself can be bigged up as, you know, these two dudes had the same trainer for a while. They were in the same camps for a while. They know each other. It's going to be a great action-packed fight. And now the winner gets Floyd for Floyd to break the record. You know what I mean? So, is that what you were thinking as well? I know you said we were thinking on the same...
I was definitely thinking because Amir Khan, I think this is good, though, because it makes me think about things. And then I got to say, your points... it's not that I don't get them because I get them, but as I think about things further, it brings your point to life. When you said Floyd kind of I forget the term you used. You said he was not punking these guys, but you said
he was trolling them.
He was trolling these
guys.
Yeah. You think he was trolling these guys because? And I thought about that for a minute, and I said, you know what? It's working.
Yeah.
By the Berto fight because now Amir Khan says, I want Thurman or I want Pacquiao. He's not saying I want Algieri or Collazo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like, I got to fight somebody now. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now he's making these cats be like, look, man, we got to fight somebody. The only way we're going to get that fight, we got to impress him. We got to beat somebody.
Exactly.
And that's why I think, you know what I mean? That's why I think that fight's going to happen because Amir Khan, that's what the two fighters he wants. He said he wants either Thurman or he wants Manny Pacquiao next year. So, if Amir Khan wins either one of those fights, man, I think he should get the 50th fight.
Oh, absolutely.
I gotta be real. If he beats Thurman or if he beats Manny Pacquiao, I think get a guy the 50th fight now, Floyd. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I agree.
so, but I'm thinking, honestly, if I'm being, like, I love Manny Pacquiao, but I think Manny Pacquiao could even be in just because of the fact he hasn't fought, coming right off, like, even if he showed it isn't that hurt like people suspect it isn't. He hasn't fought in a while. He's not getting any younger. I think he can come off a long layoff like that and lose to Amir Khan.
Well, you know what? Let's talk about it. That's what I was going to say. Who would you think would win that fight?
If they fought now, I was barring that Manny Pacquiao isn't hurt. I go Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
If they fight, say, beginning of next year, I go and Amir Khan is active and fighting top fighters. I go Amir Khan. Just because of the fact. I don't know if Manny Pacquiao, like, say because then I have to say that. What if his shoulder is truly, genuinely hurt?
Yeah.
You're gonna come off of a year layoff with an injured shoulder from surgery and be the guy who's being active, fighting the best. And Amir Khan is no slouch by any means.
Right.
I don't know if he can do that.
I don't know either. You know, at this point, I'm with you on that. I think that fight is pretty 50-50 to me. Now, had this fight happened a few years ago, I don't think Khan would have been ready for him. But with the improvements that I've seen with Khan under Virgil, even though he did, I wouldn't say took a step back against Algieri, but he didn't impress like everyone expected him to impress against Algieri, even though he got the win. I don't know, man, because it's so hard for me at this point, even before the Floyd fight, it was so hard for me to predict a Manny Pacquiao fight, because you don't know what Manny Pacquiao you're getting, because for one, he's getting older, and his speed has gone down a little bit, his power has gone down a little bit, even his footwork, his foot speed has gone down a little bit, so you don't know how much he has left in that department, but you also don't know how motivated he is anymore. I mean, because even in the Floyd fight, even though I think the fight was a hell of a lot closer than a lot of people thought it was, even in that fight, he didn't seem super motivated to me.
He wasn't Manny Pacquiao versus Cotto motivated. Like, he was ferocious.
Yeah, the last fight that I saw Manny Pacquiao look like Manny Pacquiao was the fourth fight against Marquez. And I think that played. He was going for it, and I think that played a huge role into the type of fighter that we have now in him. I think when you're young, because he's been knocked out twice before that, and he was young, so he was just able to forget it. You know, he built his confidence back up and just completely forgot about it. But with him now, he's, you know, he was, 34, 35 when Marquez knocked him out. That's not going to leave you anymore. He was up at a pedestal built so high that he probably felt he was invincible. So to get knocked out that way, I think that's playing a huge role into what we see now, because we've seen him fight Rios after that. We saw him fight Bradley in the rematch, Algieri, and then Floyd Mayweather. And in every single fight, he looked a lot more like a boxer-puncher rather than the attacker that we knew in Pacquiao. So for me, it's just so hard for me to, you know what I mean, to say I think this will happen in a Pacquiao fight. The only time I predicted an easy Pacquiao win as of late was when he fought Algieri. I thought Algieri was a solid competitor, but I didn't think he had anything for him, and I was proven right. But quick question. Sorry to cut you off. No, you're good.
And it's gonna be relevant for you to keep going. Was Algieri a stronger opponent in test to Manny Pacquiao than Berto is to Floyd?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes. I'm going to say yes for two reasons. Well, one reason to answer your question, but another thing to say that is incorporated with it. One, I think he is because stylistically, he was what Pacquiao usually struggled with. He had a really good jab. He had really good movement. I mean, he beat Provodnikov using that. So going in, and just like I said, I didn't think Provodnikov stood a chance. I thought Pacquiao was going to obliterate him just like he did. But at least there was a selling point. Just like with Floyd's last opponents, there was a selling point. And there's no selling point for Berto. There's nothing Berto can do. You know, there were people who even were like, you know what? If Pacquiao underestimates him, he can get outboxed. And I was like, you're right. But I didn't think Pacquiao was gonna underestimate. Even if he did, I still thought he had enough enough in the tank to beat him. And this the second part of what that made me think of with that question is that at the very least he had a big win under his belt. He just beat Provodnikov, well, months earlier. I mean, and that was at the point though that everyone thought Provodnikov was a monster. He was an unbeatable force at 140. Anyone who stepped to him was getting knocked out. You know what I mean? He everyone was yelling robbery against Tim Bradley when Bradley got the decision over him, and how his power concussed Tim Bradley, and then he goes in and fights Algieri, and Algieri outboxes him. You know what I mean? At least it was a selling point. At least he deserved that fight. I didn't think it was a joke of a fight like I do with the Berto and Floyd Mayweather fight. You know what I mean?
And the only reason I say yes because of this. He was undefeated. We hadn't seen him lose yet.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And he was an actual legitimate WBO champion because of that win.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you said, it gave us something to say, well, yeah, this is like, you know, people was like, he has no business in the ring with him. He, you know, what has he done? Who is this guy? He's a nobody. But this is an undefeated nobody who just beat, you know what I'm saying, a very tough guy in Provodnikov, and now he's the champion.
Mm-hmm.
Berto's not a legitimate champion.
No.
He's not undefeated. His skill set is not going to be problematic to Floyd because you gotta have to really honestly, like we said, you gotta be a guy with excellent stamina that can bully Floyd and push him, make every second of every round. He don't possess that. So that's why I say that and people don't think I'm crazy. You have a right. Fans out there, everybody out there, you have a right. Because this is just my opinion. But if that makes sense to you, that's why I think that Algieri possessed more of a problem to Pacquiao than Berto does to Floyd.
I agree. But going back to the main point that we were talking about with Amir Khan and Manny Pacquiao, who would you rather see win that fight and ultimately fight Floyd for his 50th? I mean, we saw the Pacquiao fight, and I know
absolutely right to back Amir Khan.
You would rather
just because only reason why because I've seen that already.
See, and that's
the only reason why.
And that's the same boat that I'm in. Even though you, just like me, we both thought that the Floyd Pacquiao fight was closer than most people thought it was. But even with that said, what will we see different?
Right. What will he do different?
Right. I don't think he can.
I think Pacquiao is Pacquiao. You know what I mean?
Right. At this point, I do. Now, had this been the 2009 version of Manny Pacquiao, I would have loved to see a rematch. But this is the boxer puncher. This is the counter puncher. I'm fighting smarter now, Manny Pacquiao. And I don't think that I think if he fights the same way he fought Floyd the second time around, that Floyd would dominate like everyone thought he did the first time. Because it's I think that threw a curveball to Floyd, that Manny wasn't throwing a bunch of punches and that he was countering the counter puncher, and that's why Pacquiao had some success. But once Floyd sees that once, it's not going to work again.
It's next man up. You know what I mean? So I would rather Amir Khan win. And one thing that bothers Floyd is if you got length and can use a jab. We seen Oscar do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so it'll be next. I would rather see that. But you know what? Real quick, I want to talk about another topic. We can try to condense them into two things. Carpency with Stevenson, and just found out Michael Zanfera with Peter Quillen. I'm gonna make it swiftly, if you will. I don't get what they're doing. Either they're very smart or very dumb. I don't understand these guys. I don't understand their logic. One was a champion, gave his belt away and couldn't get it back. The other one is the lineal champ, but not the lineal champ in the people's eyes.
Yeah.
Because he's not fighting anybody that can be respected or people can say, I want that fight. None of these guys' fights we the fans have not called for them. We have not wanted them. We wanted to see Danny Jacobs with Quillen. We want to see GGG with Quillen. Any of those fights, not getting them. We wanted to see, even it would have been Hopkins with Stevenson. We want to see Kovalov. We want to see Kovalov with Stevenson. Can't get them. And we can't get any of our fights that we want to get from them guys. So I have no idea what they're doing right now in their career. And I don't know if it's them. I gotta blame Al. I don't know. Al is good for the sport because he pays these guys. Good for them because the sport of boxing they don't have a long shelf life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I want these guys to get all the money they can get because they earn it. They put their body on the line and their life on the line every time I step in the ring. Pay these guys, Al. I love it. But you know what, Al? You got to give us fans some fights that we can actually respect.
Mm-hmm.
Because your top guys in your stable, they're fighting nobody so far. I'm sorry. The best so far is Leo Santa Cruz versus Mares.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the best fights. It seems like Richard Schaefer needs to come and say, Al, you be the man behind the business. You pay these guys, and I'll make the matchmaking.
Yeah.
Because beyond that, I gotta ask you, what's going on, brother?
To your point, I agree wholeheartedly that a lot of these matchups are complete jokes. Now, I'm the same. The same thought as you. Or I had the same thought as you at first. Like, what are these guys thinking? What are they doing? And then it made me think. Well, what do all these dudes have in common? Al Heyman. He's he's the same dude that's behind the scenes that is doing all this, and it can't be coincidence. There's no way that these dudes are going to Al Heyman like, yeah, give me the softest touch you can give me. I refuse to believe that every single fighter in his stable doesn't have, a burning passion to fight the best. I think that's ridiculous. And just like you said, you actually made me laugh when you said it, is that either they're really smart or they're really stupid. There's no in between here. Either Al has some master plan that he knows what he's doing, or he just has no clue how to matchmake. And I think it's the latter. I don't think he knows how to build stars. I mean, there's example after example after example. You look at Leo Santa Cruz before the whole PBC thing started, and his name was buzzing. Everyone was like, well, I want him with Rigondeaux. I want him in with, Lomachenko. I want him in with all these, even Lee Selby's name. Let's get these dudes. And then now he's fighting. I don't even know. I don't remember his last couple fights on PBC. They were terrible. I mean, they were exciting. He's an action-packed fighter, but who I don't remember their names. And then you get Danny Garcia, who just came off the biggest win of his career against Lucas Matisse, against the man who was supposed to beat everybody at 140 and come up and beat Floyd Mayweather, according to his fans. And then the PBC series, well, then he loses the Herrera, and then the PBC series starts, and now he's fighting a bunch of nobodies, except for Lamont Peterson. Or not nobodies, because Malignaggi is a name too, but come on, Malignaggi is old and past it. You know what I mean? It's case by, and the same thing with Stevenson. His name's buzzing. He gets with Al nothing. I don't think he knows what he's doing, man. I really don't. Now, in the case of Quillen, I don't know. I think it's a mixture of Al Heyman having no idea how to matchmake and Peter Quillen not wanting to fight, Gennady Golovkin or Danny Jacobs, because those names have been hovering for a couple years now, and every time someone comes and asks him, it's, well, this is going on, that, well, why don't you want to fight Gennady Golovkin? Well, Gennady Golovkin wants a big money fight. I'll be the big money fight. I can get him a bunch of money. Just I need to get a few wins under my belt. It's not going to happen by fighting. What is his name? Zarafi?
Michael Zafera.
Zafera. It's that fight ain't building by you fighting Zafera, dog. I promise you, it's not. If you want that fight, you avenge that draw with Andy Lee, or you go in there and you take the Lemieux fight instead of Golovkin, or you fight Danny Jacobs, and then it's not gonna happen. Yeah,
Something.
right. Fight someone that's gonna get you that, and that's the same thing with the welterweights though too. And concerns the Floyd is that these dudes ain't fighting each other. I don't want to see Thurman fight Collazo. I want to see Thurman fight Danny Garcia. I want to see Thurman fight Sean Porter. You know, and it's these dudes with this PBC series aren't fighting each other. And I think the PB series is going to be great for boxing if the matchmaking gets better. They need to start fighting each other. Just like you said, the best fight to date, well, it hasn't happened yet, but the best fight that, in terms of names, in terms of status, in terms of it meaning something, is Santa Cruz and Mares.
I agree. Like, because I remember I said that, it's that PBC is doing great for boxing because it's bringing it, because it's free. It's bringing it to a wider audience.
Yeah.
And I was like, but at some particular time, because it's new, it's relatively new.
Yeah, yeah.
Those fans that's great. The new fans, the new casual fans that is picking up, is gonna gravitate to it. They're gonna start to be like, okay, when are we gonna see these big fights? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna start to want to see more too. You know, even though it's free, like, man, are we gonna keep? Is this just to see guys beat up on lesser quality, or do these people, or do the major stars, they only fight on PBC when they fight mandatories? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because it's like, man, I like. It's okay. I'm trying to think, and I'm just taking I say, Danny Garcia, maybe Lamont Peterson, that fight, maybe that fight, or I'm trying to see, or Keith Thurman versus Robert Guerrero. Them had to be maybe the two most exciting fights on PBC so far.
Or even you could even
think.
you can throw in the Anthony Durrell versus James DeGale fight. That was a pretty good one as well. I thought that was
pretty good.
I mean, but you know what though? In terms of entertainment, there have been a lot of entertaining fights on PBC, and
I'm just thinking of big, like,
right,
name versus name, not
status,
just
right? Fights actually meaning
name.
something,
right?
And that's those might be then Porter and Broner, even though the fight to me still really didn't make that much sense. It didn't really do anything. Even if
it didn't seem like it did anything for either one of them at this point, right?
No, I mean, you know what? That fight would have only done something if Broner won that fight. If Broner, because of his mouth, he's gonna trash talk. Well, I'm a big dog now at 140 or 147, wherever he wants to go. I deserve the big names, but I mean, Porter. It seems like it really didn't do much for Porter.
He didn't get the Floyd fight from it, right? He got the fight. He was even at the media last day, he was saying, he wanted the Floyd fight. Floyd wants a lot. We'll see what happens. He didn't get the Floyd fight. He's not gonna get a rematch at his IBF title with KO Brook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be doing this. He's gonna be doing what he would be doing had he not even took that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He's in the same position.
If he didn't take the Broner, exactly. If he didn't take the Broner fight, he still could have a chance to face Thurman. He still could have a chance to face Khan. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Him winning that fight didn't put him in any other position that he wasn't in before he took it.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And I think,
you know what I'm saying? And Broner's still gonna be at 140.
Yeah.
Trying to get his fourth title. It didn't do anything.
No. Yeah, and you know what was funny is that you were one of the first people I heard say that before the fight happened. You were like, I don't like it. I think it's going to be a good fight, but I don't think it does anything for either of them. And I was like, dude, you're crazy. I think it does a lot for both. And you wound up being right.
Mm-hmm.
You wound up being, you hit it dead on. And I would have never predicted it not meaning anything because of their names. But I mean, you were spot on with that. I'll admit when I'm wrong. I have no shame in my game. You were right, because I thought especially if Broner had won, I thought he would get a really big fight with Matisse. I thought that's what they were trying to set up with that. But then the Golden Boys lawsuit and all that, that's not gonna happen. But
right. So, you see how it is now. He's still gonna have. Broner's probably gonna wind up fighting. Who knows? At 140, try to get a title, and Porter is right back fighting The
Yeah.
same guy he could have fought before. Like,
Right. But you know,
it was honestly, it was a waste. I don't know, man.
to a point,
I
bef-
guess if you look at the money,
yeah, but the
maybe it was a
monetary
big
value of
money
that fight
fight.
was very, yeah, absolutely. That was probably the biggest money fight of the PBC series thus far. But
Right.
before we wrap up, because we've been a little while now, we'll get to wrap it up here in a bit. Before we wrap up, I just want to touch on something that me and you both talked about before we started recording. Heyman, even though I do think he doesn't know how to matchmake, or he's not very good
Mm-hmm.
at matchmaking, just like me and you were both saying, he's in a position where he needs these other companies. He's being sued right now, by Golden Boy. I believe Rock Nation and Top Rank are in it. I think I'm pretty sure Lou DiBella's in that lawsuit as well. I'm not too sure on Lou DiBella, but he's a smaller promoter. He's pretty much besides the point I'm making. Is that when you look at the PBC series, it has a lot of fighters, but it doesn't have any bona fide stars just yet. So if he's not going to match make against his own contenders, he's going to need these other companies to help build his stars. You know what I mean? That he's especially
Mm-hmm.
if he's not going to let Kell Brook or no, Kell Brook's now. I'm sorry. Um, Porter and Garcia fight. If he's not going to let Thurman and Garcia fight, if you're not letting that happen, you're not going to build stars. That's not the way you build stars. If you look at the way Manny Pacquiao came up, and you look at the way Floyd Mayweather came up, and I use their two names because they're the two cash cows at this given moment. They didn't come up fighting cans, or they didn't come up fighting, the cherries that Al Heyman's making these dudes fight. I mean, you look at Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather's resumes, and they're amazing, especially at the lighter weight classes. They came up fighting, Jose Luis Castillo, and Manny Pacquiao came up fighting Morales, and came up fighting Barrera, and came up fighting. I mean, come on, dude, you're not building these stars by having them fight the Carpenters's of the world. It's not gonna happen, man. It's so what
They
I hope.
need these other companies, man. They need to find a way to fix it. You ain't gonna be able to just maneuver because I see what he's doing. Like it was a point in time where Golden Boy was really only fighting Golden Boy, and everybody was only fighting. But at least they had enough room where okay, Aaron can fight. You know what I'm saying, Lou DiBella, or you know what I'm saying, or so. But you can't go. You're not fighting Top Rank. You're not fighting Lou DiBella. You're not fighting Rock Nation.
Right.
Like you can't. Your stable is extensive. Don't get me wrong, but even it's not to the point where he can just continue to have them fight each other because they need some of these other guys in certain divisions.
Yeah.
And the welterweight is the only division where maybe he can cycle them a little bit, but other than that, they need these other guys in those other divisions. So he's gonna have to fix that.
Yeah, he is. What I'm really hopeful for is that they just settle out of court, because I'm pretty sure the only accusation in the lawsuit is that Al Heyman's planning a monopoly. He's planning to monopolize boxing, to have everyone under him, and I think they can settle that out of court. I think they can settle that with, 20, 30, whatever, some million. I mean, Heyman's pockets are deep. He can settle out of court, spend the money, maybe have certain fighters go back to Golden Boy or what have you. They need to just settle out of court, let bygones be bygones, and just and move forward, because we as boxing fans deserve the best fights, and we're not going to get it with another Cold War. We just got out of a Cold War with Top Rank and Golden Boy. So if we're gonna go right back to one, that's it's not fair to us, and it's not fair for the fighters though either, because they're not being able to maximize the amount of money that they can make and the amount of exposure that they can get.
And it's really all about you. It's gonna get to a point where if you maybe not, I don't know who is and who ain't, because they may say it, but truly. If you have a Tim Bradley type attitude, like, man, I want the best.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to do that under these type of situations. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
You're gonna be able to say, I fought who was in front of me. You're not gonna be able to say, I fought the best because of the situation. That's hurting the fighters on that circumstances.
Right. But then to the opposite point though, so say you have the Tim Bradleys of the world who are like, I want to fight the best, but they're over here. But then now you have the other fighters who don't want to fight the best, who just act like they do, who are going to be able to hide
Right,
behind
they're
that.
happy with that.
Right,
They're happy.
are happy that so and so is with Golden Boy, so I can't fight him. So and so is with Top Rank, so I
It gives
can't
them
fight him.
something to say. Well, I would like to fight him, but like it's that alibi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's a built-in excuse.
You can say, man, I want GGG. I want Lemieux. Bring him on.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll take Michael Zenfera.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you know what's funny?
You know what
It's funny that you use that example though, because that's exactly what Adonis Stevenson did once he jumped ship to Showtime. He said, "Oh, bring it on! I'll fight Kovalev." Oh yeah, easy for you to say now that you're not on the same network anymore.
Right. I'm not afraid of him. He's a bum.
Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
I'll fight him. Then Bernard Hopkins had to go fight Kovalev himself because Bernard even said Al was dragging his feet when there was no reason that fight couldn't have been made.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry. I don't know. And I hate to be the bad guy because I don't like to be the guy that just want to say like I'm, because everybody's complaining about Al. I don't want to get on that shit because I think some of the things he's doing is great for boxing, but when you look at the other parts of it, it's like either he really don't know what the heck he's doing, or he had, you know what I'm saying, or he has a master plan that is so great we just can't see it.
Yeah, I hope it's the latter. I really hope it is. But you know what? But the thing that I had said, because I'm kind of in between. Even though I don't like a lot of the matches he's making, I've made an argument towards the other end as well, and saying that he can't really put the best against the best right now. Because if he does that, then he's gonna run out of fights really fast. So I think he does want to let certain fights build, but there are certain fights though that just make too much sense right now that don't need any more building. Danny Garcia should have been fought a top contender at 147. That doesn't need to be built.
And even with Stevenson is like 38. Like,
yeah.
What you know what I'm saying?
He's knocking on 40's door.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's ready to be picked in 8.
Right.
Pretty soon it's going to go rotten.
Right. Exactly.
Stevenson.
Exactly.
Let it go so wrong, it's going rotten. You know what I mean? I got to be honest. Like, I don't, it's not like you say, it's not a lot of fights I don't like, but Stevenson and Quillen are becoming one of the two of those fighters I'm just almost not caring about anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it seems like they're just not content with fighting anybody.
I know it's I don't know. I mean, just like you said though, I really hope it's that Al Heyman has just this crazy master plan that hopefully we'll start to see soon, because some of these a lot of these fights need to be made already. And I think because this is year one, a lot of the even though a lot of fans are complaining, I think a lot of the fans have a little bit more of an understanding. Even though they're going to keep complaining, that's just how fans are. We're going to complain about everything in any sport. We're going to have something to complain about.
Give me Stevenson Pascal.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Come on. Wet my beak a little bit.
No, I know what you mean. I'm in the same boat, brother. But I think because this is year one of PBC, I think he's not going to yield, or he's not going to receive as much criticism. I think next year is what we're really going to start seeing what Al Heyman's made of. I think this year was getting the feet wet, letting you see, who he feels are his futures, his Thurmans, his Garcias, his Porters. And I think next year is when he's going to, hopefully, this is me being optimistic. This isn't my prediction. This is, this is what I want to happen. Because I have no idea for all I know, Al Heyman could just be planning on doing this shit forever. So, but I really hope that that's the plan. I really hope that next year he starts kicking things in motion with the contenders fighting the contenders, and we get the the Quillen Jacobs fight, and we get the just anyone at 147. It's so hard for me to say what fight I want at 147 because I'll take Amir Khan versus Brook, I'll take Amir Khan versus Porter, I'll take Thurman versus. It doesn't matter to me. They're all contenders, and they all need to just start fighting each other. I don't even care. They could fight in my backyard. I'll set it up. I can get about probably 13 people back there, free of charge. Well, I'll get a little stand. They could go back there. It does not matter. These dudes need to just start fighting, man.
Right. Absolutely. Everybody we're going to wrap it up now. I just want to say, hey, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Outside the Square Circle. It's been a while. But we next one we're gonna try to give you guys an interview, getting back into the emotional things, but we let it build a little bit because we had a lot of things to talk about, and we want to make sure we give you something. And I want to thank all you fans out there. Please like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate you. Again, I'm Dennis Ragni. That's Frank Ness. God bless you. We love you because without you, we wouldn't be doing this. Thank you.